What is new, YouTube? C0L3 here, back with a brand new video today. As y'all can tell by the title, man. Hey, we got the death of nice guys online. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe down below. Y'all been killing it on the channel, man. I'm really appreciative. We have 257 subscribers. So clap it up, give yourselves a pat on the back. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So the death of nice guys, right? So we always see these videos, we always see this stop being nice to women, or the nice guy finishes last. And there's some truth to that. I myself have been a nice guy. And basically when you're a nice guy, right? I don't think there's nothing wrong. Now let's clarify this, right? There's nothing wrong with being a good person. There's nothing wrong with doing nice things. There's nothing wrong with being kind. You know what I'm saying? Those are great, just basic human quality traits that you want to have, because nobody wants to be around somebody that's mean all the time, and nobody wants to be around somebody that's just a pushover as well. So life is all about balance, bro. That's the main thing that I've learned in life so far. It's all about having a balance, and the better you balance it, the better your interactions will be with people in general. The only thing about balancing things, it's very hard. It's very hard to balance stuff. And if you ever, a prime example of this, if you ever just try to balance on one foot, right? You stand up, you try to balance on one foot, sometimes you'll lean this way, sometimes you'll lean that way, and then sometimes you'll just be still for a couple moments, but then your foot starts to wiggle again. That's the same thing how life is with balancing, career, with dating, with extracurricular stuff like this and activities. It's so hard to balance everything, and when you have more weight on one side than the other, then you fall over. You got to imbalance. So with that being said, gotta just be, there's nothing wrong with being nice. You just have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. That don't mean be mean to women. If a girl wants you to do something and you don't want to do it, say no. If a girl tries to change your mind or something and you don't want to do it, say no. You get what I'm saying? You can say no. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say no. It's okay to have boundaries. And I'm rambling again, y'all. My fault. I'll be rambling, but let's get into this video, y'all. Well,
stop being,
you know what? I always forget to do this. Somebody remind me in the comments, like, yo, put the joint on float. All right.
nice to women.
Every beautiful woman out there wants you to treat her like
5 ways to seem like a bad boy instantly.
The nice guys never win. I'm done, bro.
Nice guys finish last is one of the more popular phrases of male fragility, I guess I've heard in more recent years. The whole nice guys thing went so crazy. They actually made an entire anthem back in the day. I know y'all remember this song.
Nice guys always finish last, should have known that.
They all like to say the world doesn't like nice guys, women doesn't like nice guys, nobody likes nice guys. But the thing is, who wants to be with a nice guy when they come up sounding extremely corny every time like this?
All I hear lately is complaints about how there's no nice guys around. But they're in the friend zone where you left them. At least I still have my coffee to love me. No, I don't like you. Even my coffee won't date me.
Ooh, why do you even deserve love? Okay, maybe that's a stretch to say, why do you deserve love? You just come off extremely corny. Number one, nobody is entitled to liking you, all right? If they're not attracted to you, they don't like you. They don't like you. They don't even need to have more of a reason than that, bro.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so ugly. I'm ugly, huh? Nah, I could see why, like, girls don't like me and stuff.
Do you think that you're gonna get, the panty?
So let me get this. I just don't see what the point is of posting this online and complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big firm believer in, not complaining so much, but trying to change something, trying to maybe change some things about yourself. Because, and shout out to Ron Wills. Ron Wills, he always says, and you guys should watch Ron Wills. Very, very great content. I used to watch him every day in the morning. I kind of took a break for a little bit. Nothing personal, no personal reasons. Just I haven't been watching his content. I watch other stuff now. But Ron Wills always says, if you approach 5 women and all 5 women don't like you, the common denominator is you. So what are you doing that is not getting you results, right? So you always gotta look in the mirror. That's a lot of what self-improvement is looking in the mirror, seeing what you can change, seeing what you can tweak. Okay, I'm not good in social settings, so maybe I need to be more social. Okay, my skin is a little bumpy today. Like, maybe I should wash my face and get my hygiene on point. Okay, so my hygiene is good, my social skills are getting better. Okay, you gotta treat life is really like a video game, y'all. Like, it's really like a video game. Like, this is your avatar, this is your body, and you just keep building, you keep upgrading each and every day, basically, until you become the person that you want to become, right? So treat life as a video game. You have all these different categories that you got to get good in. You got to get good in social skills. You got to get good with money. You got to get good with intelligence. Then you have your strength, then you have your stamina, then you have your special abilities and stuff like that, which we all got special abilities because that's our gifts. We've all been blessed with gifts in this world, so that's your special ability, right? And you just keep leveling up these categories as life goes on and as life continues. Once you treat it like that, you'll just get better each and every day.
Oh my God, I want him so bad. He just hates himself. The way he just hates himself is just so attractive. Of course they're not gonna like you after you do stuff like this. This is a peak like nice guy type of energy, bro. Nobody is gonna be attracted to somebody who just sits and self-deprecates.
So, do you mind if I give me your number? For project reasons, obviously. Don't feel pressure.
Is that his real face?
Okay.
Don't feel pressure to give it to me. Some other guys are like,
that's not his real.
I started my business as a virtual assistant 3 years ago, and one of the reasons I was able to stay so organized was by using.
Give me your number. Nah.
Not me. I'm a good person. I'm not gonna force you to give me your digits. I'm not gonna force you and grab you.
Anyways, you seeing anyone right now? You're really kind of cute, and just want to ask, you in a relationship?
Yeah, I actually am.
You don't care about that damn phone number, bro. You don't care about being partners.
Let me go talk to the teacher real quick.
Okay.
Yo, can I switch fucking partners?
Because she's not going to give you the number. And the crazy part is there's a whole lot of dudes who are exactly like this. You can tell when somebody's trying to be nice just to crack buns, get in the sheet, trying to get inside the coochie, whatever, trying to create some type of relationship. And I know there's a lot of people like this because, number one, when I was in high school especially, I saw a lot of dudes on this type of timing. And if you look in the comment section of this post alone, I know people were like this. Low-key me. 215 likes. This used to be me. 1,000 likes. This is me. 396 likes. This is not an effective way to get anybody to like you on a romantic basis. And it's like, bro, this is basically straight up just manipulation, if we're being honest. You think the person you're talking to can't see through it? By now, they've seen this method before, right? They've played these games before on some Squid Game timing, okay? They know what it's like to be trying to get love bombed and pampered towards and all this type of stuff. Elementary level manipulation tactics. And let's just say as a woman, you decide to take a nice guy seriously, right? This is the stuff that happens when you start taking them on dates.
Look, you're a really great guy, but
I took you out, paid for your meal, respected you.
Look, I'm just
Shut up, woman. The man's talking.
I respected you. I showed you love. I showed you positivity. I listened to you when you talked so much because you're a woman and women just talk.
Because I'm not degrading you and I don't have tattoos. I'm not confident enough for you.
Being nice with some type of transactional intention, but it's not really being nice. I guess it's being nice, but it's not being kind. They like people who are genuinely, kind souls. But when you're being nice in order to get something else, that's when it becomes weird. And then when you get something that you don't want, you get rejected or you face some type of, unforeseen circumstance like the thought of getting rejected by a woman. Then they start turning into these either number one, like straight up like incel level demons, or two, hit the gym. She was never yours. It was just your turn. This is exactly what I was mentioning, like the fitness side of the people, bro.
All right, bro. He said a lot there, and I agree with him on a lot of that stuff. I can attest to that. So I've been, and I'm still working through it, y'all. I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? I think we all go through life, with some sort of struggle, right? And, I actually used to do this, right? I used to be nice. And actually, you know what? I actually didn't used to be like, how do I put it? It didn't bother me that much. I would take a girl out, be cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then there was a point in my life where it did bother me. I was like, man, why am I doing all this? You know what I'm saying? Taking a girl out and being nice and, you feel me, and doing all that. But now I'm starting to get back to the point where I actually like going out on dates and stuff like that. And I like spending time with people and meeting new people. And it just is what it is. And I'm just cool with it. I'm just be chilling. But I used to be on that. And it was a specific situation that I had where I was being nice to a girl. And I wanted something in return of my nice gestures, right? I thought if I was nice to her, and if I did all these things, that I would get what I ultimately wanted. And in that case, nah, that's not how it works. So learn from me, y'all. Don't do what I did, because that is a manipulation tactic. Because in reality, what you're saying is you're scared to get rejected. You're telling her that you're scared to get rejected, right? And you should be getting used, to be honest. Like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you know, but honestly, bro, that's what's supposed to happen, to be honest. What happened to me, that was what's supposed to happen. That was completely my fault, because I didn't have the courage to speak my mind at the time, right? So what I would do was I would, you know, do all these dates and do all this other stuff, and you know, nothing would happen, and I would wonder why, you know. And a part of it too was it was a multitude of reasons. Another part of it too was you know, I just didn't feel the energy, but you know, it was a multitude of reasons, but that was mainly the reason, right? So don't be a manipulator, bro. Don't be that person, you know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. There's no point in doing it. Be honest, bro. Just be honest up front. If you like a girl, tell her you like her. If you don't like a girl, tell her you don't like her. If you just want to crack, tell her you just want to crack, bro. And just be honest, bro. Like, end of the day, we ain't got time to waste, dog. So like, and that's what dating is. That's part of dating, is finding who you're compatible with. So if you want to crack and a girl doesn't want to do that, or isn't really, you know what I'm saying, then y'all not compatible. Then you just move on to the next girl. There's other women out here, and men, I just watched a video how men don't approach anymore. But another reason for that too is men are actually afraid of getting rejected. You know, we're afraid of getting rejected. I know I was afraid to get rejected. Now I just don't. I've been rejected so much, like, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, shit. You know, you get rejected, it's cool. You know, you move on to the next one. But yeah, you just can't be afraid to get rejected. You can't be afraid to take risk. You can't be afraid to just do man stuff. Just be a man, right? And you just can't be afraid, bro. So,
because they're tired of relationships, because they realize the nicer you are to bitches, the less she likes you, and the more up you are to bitches, the more attractive you are to.
You're calling yourself a nice guy, but you're coming on the internet calling women bitches, first of all. I mean, I don't know if that's a good start. Is that really like showing into your character that you were truly nice? That I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like you, or they seen that surface level of niceness and were like, I don't know about bro.
That's not true. I like nice guys.
Okay, if a guy brought you flowers and chocolates on a first date, would you like him more?
Probably.
That'd be kind of an ick.
Depends on the girl, man. Like, y'all gotta know who y'all dating too. Like, get on the phone with these, have a phone conversation with these girls before you take them out. Like, I know nowadays, you know, people be busy, or we got lives and stuff. We can't get on the phone as much. But, bro, have a conversation on the phone with these girls before y'all take them out. That's what I do. I gotta talk to you on the phone first before we go out. Our first interaction with each other is not gonna be on the date. Now, when I call you and we have this call and I can see that I ask you a couple of questions, I can see the chemistry there, then we can go out on the date. But bro, I'm not about to just go out on a date just to go out on a date, bro.
I tell you that. See, I don't know what this is, what woman is, you know, in the background. If you're a woman watching this video, be honest. If somebody bought you flowers and chocolate, would that be an ick? I feel like I'm willing to say that, you know, over half of the population of women would tell you that's not going to be an ick. That would actually be seen as potentially a kind gesture. Or if they did see it as an ick, it may be like on some, it might be on some like love bombing. I don't know, you're doing a little too much, pipe it down. But it wouldn't be on some, oh, this is an ick because it's unattractive. It's just questionable because why you're doing this type of stuff so early.
Such a
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hot when you call me that.
I don't think anybody would say that. You call them that word, and most of the time women would get mad. I don't think they would say, oh, that was attractive. This is me. I agree. If this is the women that you're talking to, you gotta just change the dating pool, bro. Brief intermission. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the comment section down below. I repeat, pinned in the comment section will be the second channel. Please make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much. Back to the video. If let's just say that's what you're going through, right? People are, you know, turning off against you because you're being genuinely kind and genuinely nice. It's not on you. It's it's on them. Change the circle, okay? Don't start generalizing all women to be like, bro, I'm telling you right now, the average woman does not like bad people.
Like, y'all think wanna act like assholes, bro? No, bro, y'all make us act this way. Cause the second we start being on some nice guy sim shit, bro, y'all gonna play the fuck out of us.
Bro, you gotta change the circle you're talking.
Bro, another thing too, y'all just gotta be yourselves, man. Just be yourself, bro. Like, if the girl not into you, she just not into you, bro. Like, it's just simple as that. Like, she just not into you. There's nothing you can say. It's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can buy. It's nothing you can do, bro. So, just accept the fact, all right, I gotta take a loss. You know? You'll know when a girl truly, like, well, sometimes you'll know and still mess up. That's another video for another day. That's been me too. I knew a John liked me and I still somehow fumbled. But when I feel like and I hate using, age as an excuse, but it's pretty valid because, I don't know if you guys watch Star Wars or not, but Captain Rex says, in my book, experience outranks everything. Right? Experience. So the more life you've experienced, so if you're in like your 30s or something, then you'll be able to know, okay, I'm going with this girl because she truly messes with me and these other girls don't. When I was 18, 19, 20, I was picking the girls that didn't like me. Like and it was weird because I'm like, dang, why don't these girls like me? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm picking those girls when I have a girl right here that's, willing to do anything for me. And I mean anything. You get what I'm saying? But I had to go through those lessons to learn how to pick women that like me instead of the other way around, picking women that I like. Because usually the women that you like, bro, are the women that aren't for you. They can sense that. They can sense that you like them more than they like you. And it should always be the other way around. So don't play that game, bro. Always have a woman that likes you. Or even if she doesn't like you more than you like her, y'all can come to the middle and have like a balance. But what did I say about balance earlier in the video? I said balance is hard to maintain. So
change the basket you're shooting at. Change the women, you're trying to flirt with. If you're being genuinely kind to people, the only thing you can do is take it on the chin, accept rejection, and move on to the next one, all right? Don't change your personality. Keep it cool, bro. Like, don't be a bad person. Don't be mean. Don't be derogatory. Don't start calling people names and stuff thinking that's the method. That's not the method, all right? That's not how it works. You start calling girls, bitches and stuff to their face, they probably are not going to like you more oftentimes than not. And besides the nice guys who start turning into fitness and turn their heart cold and never talk to women again and start treating them, I don't know, a little weird. The other side is those alpha male podcasts. I just seen a skit the other day that perfectly summarizes exactly how these people turn.
Sorry for stopping you, but you're showing clear physical signs of wanting to be approached by a high value man. Oh no, yeah, see, I can identify in the way that you were walking that you want a high value man.
Or the minute a woman hears high value man, I promise you her ears probably turn off right then and there.
That to
I'm gonna go ahead and give you my phone. You're gonna type in your digits, and I'm gonna take you out for a nice dinner tonight. You have a boyfriend? You don't have a boyfriend. Come on. If only I had a nickel for every time I heard that. That's a classic deterrent, but you see, it doesn't work on a high value man. Like,
it doesn't work on a high value man. Bro, at this point, this is literally harassment.
And between me and you, whoa, don't back away.
Whoa, don't back away. Nobody wants to date Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but worse, all right?
But, whoa, before I let you go, I do also have one more question. And how many bodies do you have, by the way?
2? No fucking way. This thing just spit at the floor that she walks on, bro. I stayed so she wasn't alone. I'm filing a high value restraining order. As you can tell by the comment section, nobody likes this type of behavior, bro. Anybody who tries to tell you otherwise, those like Miami influencers, bro, just know they're trying to sell you a course. These nice guys, they'll be nice, and then when they get rejected a few times, they're like, oh, I gotta turn cold, I gotta turn hard, I gotta become black pilled. And then, they start hopping on Reddit, subbing to these courses, going into these Discords, learning how to pick up girls and what these techniques are. And then, they'll listen to a few podcasts and become alpha males. And that shit does not even work either. Nobody likes nice guys. Like, bro, I promise you people like kind individuals for the most part.
This is coming from a former self-proclaimed nice guy. And if any women are watching this and think I'm wrong, please let me know. I think it's for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1 is these self-proclaimed nice guys tend to be incredibly insecure. And women can smell insecurity.
That's true.
Like a shark smells blood.
That's true.
That's definitely true. Like the people who are like, oh, I'm so ugly, just on the phone and shit. I'm ugly, am I?
Yeah, don't
What separates
do that, bro.
thinkers and the okay
Don't
thinkers
do that.
isn't talent.
Another thing
It's
too.
what they do with
watch
their
when this
time.
ad
And the great
comes off. All right. Another thing too. Like when you show your insecurities like that, that screams you're not confident, right? In yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if somebody tells you to your face you're ugly. You have to internally believe that, okay, I don't care what this person thinks. I know who I am as a person. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. I know myself, bro. And I know that I'm working on myself, and I know that I need to improve. I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I know myself. You have to come to that level where you believe in yourself so much that it doesn't matter what people think. It literally doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if this girl thinks you're cute or not. It doesn't matter if, excuse me. And I'm not saying that you'll completely get rid of those feelings or get rid of those thoughts, because I still be having them. Those are very human emotions. Those are very human thoughts. Somebody, you get rejected by a bad girl, you think, dang, this girl was nice, and she rejects you, and you might think in your head, well, am I not good enough? But don't listen to that voice in your head. That voice in your head, it doesn't do any good by listening to it. No good at all. But you keep listening to this voice, and it keeps telling you, oh, you're not good enough. You got to do more and more and more and more and more. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. And now you're in a constant cycle. And then you end up doing something like that. And don't ever post a video like that telling the world how insecure you are. I don't care who you are, dog. Female, male, squirrel, animal. Don't ever make a video telling the world, oh, now you can make a video, about, problems going around the world or your thoughts on certain issues and all that. That's fine. But don't ever make a video, pouring out your insecurities unless you are helping somebody else overcome theirs. That's the only thing I would say, bro. But don't make videos, oh, I'm so ugly, oh, I don't do this enough, oh, and then you're crying on the video as well. Then you post that online. Not a good look.
Oh, Minaj, she's gonna say I'm not. She's gonna say I'm so attractive.
If you don't think
I
women
wouldn't do
like
it,
being called
personally.
pretty or beautiful
Y'all
and
do
would
what y'all
rather be
want.
insulted instead, you're way off base.
You're an idiot. You're literally an idiot. Nobody in human history would rather be berated than complimented in their life. Nobody would, okay? They do. They probably are a victim to some type of, I don't know, Stockholm syndrome or some type of disease of some sort that I haven't heard of. Degradation kink of some sort. But even then, they don't even like that stuff until they start liking you first. Then you gotta do that. That shit only works in, like, I don't know, high school relationships where people don't even know what they like for real.
Leads me to reason number 2, fake niceness. In order to overcome their insecurities and the belief that no one should date them, nice guys try to be nice in the hopes that a girl will like them.
Right.
This is an incredibly disingenuous reason to be nice to someone.
Right.
Have you ever had something that someone else wanted, and just the way they're talking to you, you feel like they're trying to get something out of you?
Yeah. This is how I feel when motherfuckers knock on the door to door, and try to sell fucking solar panels, bro. Trying to ask me about my day and how things are going. You know damn well you're just trying to sell me that product, and nobody's trying to hear that.
Oh, I'd be nice to you, therefore I deserve physical and emotional affection?
This is literally like peak like salesman activities, bro. You're operating like a door-to-door salesman, genuinely. You're talking to them, asking them what their favorite song is, being fake nice just so you can, get something more. And everybody can see through that, bro. You can see through that when dudes do it to you. So you don't think women can see through that when you do it to them? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
If you're incredibly insecure and feel unlovable, you need to work on yourself first and not seek that validation in a romantic partner. And number 2, be nice just to be nice, not because you expect anything in return.
I would like to think that the more you are nice to people in general in this world, the more good things will come to you as a whole. Just be nice for the sake of being nice. Okay, they don't have to like you, love you. They don't have to, sleep. They don't have to do any of that stuff with you. If they want to, cool. If they don't want to, also cool. What you should do is just maintain your character. Nice guys always finish last.
How old is this guy, man? Is he still in high school? Man, this is great content, man. Very, very knowledgeable young man. I will say that. How old is this guy in high school, or is he my age? Y'all gotta let me know in the comments, man. But definitely very knowledgeable. I will say that.
emotionally immature and didn't realize it until it was too late. Clap it up, bro. Clap it up. Bro had the realization. As I keep saying, dude, if people do not like you, just keep it pushing. Who cares? Improve yourself, of course. But if it was their fault, why would you change yourself for their better? You're being kind, you're being nice, and they don't like. Do you think that you're the person who's in the wrong, or do you think that they're the person who has flawed logic? Them. So why would you change yourself? It doesn't even work like that. Nice guys actually don't even finish last.
2015 analysis of 12,775 individuals found that kind, helpful men were more likely to attract girlfriends.
Exactly.
This study probably surprises some of the weird dating gurus on here who say you'd be a bad person to attract a girlfriend, but it wouldn't surprise any of the scientists in my field. Study after study after study finds that women are attracted to generous, pleasant men.
Breaking fucking news, man. People like people who are good people. Wow. Like, in order to think that people have genuine relationships that are deep, long, and marriages and all that stuff, how is that relationship even gonna last? Imagine you start, talking to this girl, right? You're being nice to her. She's like, oh, I don't really like you. Then you're like, oh, yeah? I'll be a bad boy then. You start calling her goddamn slurs or some shit. And then she's finally attractive and y'all start dating. Like, do you think that's gonna create some type of long-term, genuine relationship?
Toxic.
No, it's gonna be superficial. It's gonna be weird. Who would have imagined being a genuinely good, gentle person would receive love and affection? Actually nice, though, not just act nice to get with her. Exactly. Nice guys finish last is a myth men use to comfort themselves after rejection. It's almost like we've been saying this to men for decades. And nice guys clearly have ulterior motives, and that turns us off. We can...
It says, I'm gay and I sometimes get advances from women just because I'm nice with no ulterior motives, lol. Nice guys clearly have ulterior motives that turn us off. We can see that it's a facade. Real good guys aren't trying to prove anything. The fact that this needed to be studied at all is making me angry. Understood. Nobody was surprised by these studies, but it's still important to check our assumptions about the world are true. Yeah, bro, this is an epidemic, y'all. I don't know how else to put it. This is definitely something that's been going on for a long time.
It's a facade. Real good guys aren't trying to prove anything. This stems from guys being too nice too quickly, then being rejected. They're overbearing with niceness, then think being nice itself was the issue. Bro, in life, anything too much is not good, all right? You don't want to do that, especially from the beginning, bro. It looks a little weird. It looks like you're trying to, butter somebody up. And then another conversation, I feel like some of y'all lack boundaries, bro. It's not just like being too nice. Letting people get over on you consistently is a character flaw. Have boundaries. Being nice and having boundaries is not like mutually exclusive. So we've established that, okay, number one, there is such thing as being fake nice. That's one of the big reasons why everybody hates nice guys, okay? But overall, as we've seen, on average, women, people in this world like nice, kind people. But I feel like what makes this worse, especially in the women's side, is the people who are like,
I don't want a mean-ass guy, but am I the only person that gets like kind of aggravated when a guy is just like overly nice? What is that? Like, is that trauma?
Like, if you're describing this exactly what it is, if a guy is being too nice, you want him to be mean. I hope you're saying that you don't like when somebody's like head over heels or way too obsessed with you, especially in like early stages. But in general, some people can't survive in peace when they've grown up in chaos. That is definitely partially true. Because on one hand, yeah, you can say, okay, boom, too nice, definitely not a good thing. But then somebody being nice to you, really nice to you when you're in a relationship with them already, is never really a bad thing. It just depends on what that niceness is that you're describing. I feel like saying niceness is not really a specific enough term to really assess the situation of what's going on here.
I'm about to say something super controversial right now, but I'm not even sorry. 85% of the time in this day and age, nice guys are finishing last.
Where did you pull this damn statistic out of? Did you grab the statistic out of your asshole and put it in front of our faces? Where did you get the 85% of nice people are finishing last? Let's just say jobs, right? You're talking to a woman and she's like, why should we hire you, with hands on the desk? And you're like, you're not getting hired. So what are we talking about in terms of 85% of the time nice guys are finishing last? If you're talking about fake niceness, okay, sure. But even then, where did you get this 85% stat?
As a girl, I have so many girlfriends and girl influences in my life, and I cannot even tell you the amount of times that I've heard a girl say, yeah, he's cute, but like he's too nice. It actually hurts my soul as a girl hearing another girl say this. And I'm not even trying to be a pick-me girl by saying this.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is probably propaganda. Again, if you're a girl watching this video and you have a boyfriend, is your boyfriend a nice person? I would probably be willing to bet that most of the time they're gonna say yes. I don't think girls in general as a whole really just want douches that are going to treat them like shit. I do think that this is a Russian spy planted by Vladimir Putin himself. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Russia. Nobody in this world likes bad people. Nobody likes that. And if they do, they're the problem, not you. Typically when girls say he's too nice, they mean he isn't assertive or confident. Not always, but typically. But I feel like this is, you got to word this correctly, because if you're saying too nice and you mean that they're genuinely a nice person, then as a woman, you're the person with the flaw. But if you're thinking, oh, he's like not confident, not assertive, you got to say not confident or not assertive.
When it comes to good guys, let's just say you say to them, hey, let's build a cake. I'm gonna make the cake, but you buy the items. They show up with just flour.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, good guys finish last, and the reason is because when they're gonna make something, they bring just the flour and not all the ingredients. It's not a good guy then. I'm confused.
He treats you well, does a good job, great on paper.
That wasn't a good
he's
analogy.
Good guy. But guess what? You still need to like him.
I've literally forced myself to talk to people that I just felt like great.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a Wix website to sell them.
Great guy, like I should give him a chance. Basically force feelings.
That doesn't work, bro.
Do that.
Like
don't ever
just
do
a really
that.
good person.
Oh my goodness, don't ever force it, bro. Whatever you do, bro, never force yourself to like a girl, bro. Never force some... Bro, I had this situation, bro, where this girl was treating me so right, but I didn't have the sexual attraction to her. So it's kind of like you should be doing this, but you shouldn't at the same time, because it's incongruent with what, you know what I'm saying, what you want. So I had to cut it off, bro. I was like, nah, like, we could be friends, but I just don't see you that way, right? And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's healthy. That's normal. That should be a standard. You get what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be scared to do that. Like, man, you know, there will be a little bit of anxiety, but you'll get over it, bro. It'll be something else that comes up in your life that will be more important. But yeah, don't ever force a connection just because you think that, you know, this is what you should be treated like. Like, somebody can treat you really nice and do all these things to you, right? And then you're like, that's where the manipulation comes in, because now you're confused. You're like, oh, I kind of should be liking this girl, right? You know what I'm saying? That just confuses you. So nah, bro, don't.
Should like them, right?
And at the end of the day, that's not even anybody's fault, right? You can't even blame her, bro. You don't like everybody who likes you. If everybody liked the person who liked them, the relationships of everything will be so different. There has been people who liked you that you didn't like back, because either you didn't find them attractive, you didn't think they were a nice person, whatever it is, bro. Nobody has to date somebody that they don't like. And you don't necessarily even have to have some type of explanation for why you don't like them. You just don't. And that's fine. All they need, the only reason for them to not want to be with you could be not wanting to be with you.
Why no one wants to date nice guys? It's because being nice is not the same thing as being kind.
Right.
When you're nice, your primary motivation is getting people to like you.
Right.
So you say all the right things and you're not mean and you don't stir up any trouble. Whereas being kind is trying to make people's lives concretely better in the long term. In order to get anything done in this world, you have to be willing to ruffle some feathers.
Okay.
Telling people stuff they don't want to hear, being selfish with your time,
That's true.
making necessary sacrifices.
That's true.
And nice guys really struggle with doing this. How much people want you in their lives is always a function of how much value you bring to the table. The other more important thing is that when you're compulsively nice, there's this inability to disagree with people, especially people from whom you really want validation.
Yeah.
This can be for small things, but also big things like lifestyle choices or what you want out of your future.
Taking initiative to talk about things you dislike, that's not necessarily being not nice. That's
facts. Having uncomfortable conversations. Nice people avoid having uncomfortable conversations. If you find yourself avoiding having uncomfortable conversations, that's a clear sign. And that was me, y'all. I'm not, like, I'm coming to y'all, and I still struggle this day, y'all. Like, because the thing about being a nice guy, right, is it gets addicting. It gets, like, habitual, right? It's like any other bad habit that you have. You know, first time you be nice, you might get what you want, or whatever, right? Second time, you might get what you want. Third time, you might get what you want. Now you're diving into those deeper numbers, those 5, 6, 7 times of being nice, right? And now you're not getting what you want, because now people are starting to see it. They're starting to see, oh, well, he's a fraud. He's fraudulent, right? I say all this to say you gotta be able to have uncomfortable conversations with people and just keep it real. I'm still working on this to this day. Have I gotten better at it? I think so. You know, I'm not an expert, you know, but it did take me a long time. And it's not even like I avoid. Okay, I will say this. I have no problem with conflict, right? When it arises. It's just that if I could go the peaceful route, I'm choosing that every time because I don't feel like arguing. I don't feel like. But if somebody stepped to me and they argue with me, then I'm you feel me? Probably not gonna argue back because I'm a little bit older now. But if somebody had a problem with me, an issue, and they came to me about it, I'm open for the conversation. It's just when I have a problem with somebody else, and it's like I don't really want to go there. I don't really want to go there right now. You avoid it. But when you keep suppressing those feelings, your relationship with yourself. I shouldn't eat a cracker right there, my fault. When you keep suppressing those feelings, your relationship with yourself and that person gets damaged in that process. So, y'all be able to speak your mind, man. Y'all be able to just tell it what it is. And I promise you, you're thinking, having them uncomfortable conversations, you're probably thinking like, oh, the worst thing is about to happen. This person's not about to like me. This person's about to ridicule me. This person's about to cuss me out. And that might actually happen. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I've been cussed out before. I've been ridiculed before. I've been called out my name. But that can happen. But most times, the person will just be okay with it. They'll respect you more. And they'll move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, that's what you want. So don't avoid uncomfortable conversations. Always have them. And always think before you speak. Definitely take some time to think before you speak.
A good thing to do. But if you're just being nice and allowing yourself to get walked over or allowing people to do whatever just because you think that you're being nice, that's going to hinder you in the long run. And that person is going to know that you don't really have a backbone. Okay, so as a recap, today we learned that being a nice guy is not necessarily beneficial. And what I mean by that is a fake nice guy, because at times, once these people get rejected or face any moment of character questioning, they turn and become women degraders, or they become like those alpha male podcast picker-uppers. And that just shows that the niceness wasn't really nice. Being too nice can definitely be seen as a manipulation tactic. And then for the women who actually just want bad boys, I'm gonna be honest, you're cringe and you gotta grow up. You got some, maturing to do, or some unrealized trauma that you gotta address. You should like good people. But overall, I think for men, women, etc., date who you want, date the people you like. Don't try to change your personality because somebody doesn't like you, and conform yourself to somebody else's standards, because then it becomes you not being yourself. To me, I feel like kind, genuine people, or most of the time, not always, I mean, the world, works the way it works, but most of the time are gonna be more well off than somebody who's fake nice or mean at that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, join me.
Another thing to y'all, have female friends. Have female friends, y'all. Have girls that you're not, you don't see like that, or, the vibe not there. Right? Keep those women around. I promise you. Please keep those women around. That's a game changer, bro. Having female friends is a game changer. You know why? I'm going to break it down to you. First off, you got to know, you have a whole nother perspective, you know what I'm saying, to learn about. Now you have a female friend. She can help you. She could tell you, about other females. You get what I'm saying? That's a source to tell, okay, because she knows how females act. She been around females most of her life, right? Some, not every girl, but most girls be around each other most of their life, so they know how they act, they know what they do, they know how they talk, they know how they walk, they know everything, right? And women are actually smarter than men. Contrary to belief, there's no research on this. I'm just, making an assumption. But I wouldn't say smarter as in intellectually, but emotional intelligence is how do I say this? Emotional intelligence is at an all-time high for women, right? Because, you know, men, we build a lot of things. We do, you know, equations, astronomy, Albert Einstein. You know what I'm saying? Not intellectually, but emotionally, women are smarter. So, with that being said, you want to have a female friend around because it kind of resets your mind and ideal of women. When your only interaction with women is just women that you find attractive, women that you're sleeping with, I'm not saying that's bad, but it's hard to really understand women and really appreciate them when you don't have a female friend, right? So I would just say have a woman friend. Why not? You know, have a girl that you're not on that with. Have a girl that y'all can be respectful and y'all can go out and hang out with each other and nothing happens. Excuse me, everything is platonic, everything is cool, cordial, calm and collected, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, you shouldn't have more than, you can have however many you want, but I don't think you should have more than like 3, 4, 8 female friends, because now it's like, all right, you get what I'm saying? But, you know, have a couple here and there, you know, females that you cool with. You know, y'all just didn't make it to that level. You know, even if it's a girl that y'all was on that level and something happened and, you know, the situation got weird and y'all was cool with being friends, then yeah, but always know what you want. If you don't want to be friends with a girl, don't accept friendship. You know what I'm saying? If that's not what you want, then always go for what you want in life. You get what I'm saying? And don't ever compromise because you want to still be around this person or you want to be on this person's good side or whatever. Don't ever compromise, man. Always do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your life. You have one life. You get what I'm saying? So always do what's best for you, but be considerate as well. So don't be selfish. When I say always do what's best for you, you know, take that with a grain of salt, because you don't want to be selfish, right? You don't want to do everything for yourself. You always want to be considerate of others. So, interesting topic, man. Glad we watched it today. Hope you guys gained some wisdom, some knowledge throughout this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe down below. Join the movement. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace. Dang, 41 minutes.